Hey guys, it's Christy. I'm here with card number 4 in my Loads of Love Valentine Card Series for 2014. Today I'm going to be making a card using this W+9 set. It's called Milk and Cookies, and the coordinating dies, and this Love Me designer paper pad by My Mind's Eye. That's what that one looks like. Okay, for the sake of time today, I've gone ahead and die cut and stamped a bunch of my pieces. I really have to get over the die cut image in order to stamp. When you have these closed dies, then you have to, die cut and then stamp after, as opposed to with the open ones you can stamp and then die cut after, because you can place them by seeing through the open hole. And I didn't want to get my head in the way of the video, so I've gone ahead and stamped a few of my images out here. I am going to color the milk jug really quick. I'm not going to bother speeding up the video since it's such a small image. I'll just grab a piece of paper here. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see better, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, for this image I want to make the bottom of the glass look like it's holding milk and the top of the glass look like a glass bottle. So I'm just going to take a very pale color in EB1 because milk has sort of a creamy color to it. And I'm going to very carefully just go along the outside edge, just adding a little bit of shading there. Most people know that if you want your whites to look even whiter, you have to put them next to a contrasting color. So we just carefully went around that. And now I'm going to take my blender pen and just blend that out, because I really don't want it to look like there's a harsh line. I just want a very, very subtle hint of color so that will pop against the rest of the card. Alright, and now I'm going to take BT1, the lightest shade of blue turquoise, and we're going to do the same thing. Just go around the edge of the bottle there. Kind of give a hint of color. And that one is actually so pale that I think we're going to add just the tiniest bit of BT2 just along the edge. Okay, I'm going to go back over that BT2 with the BT1 again. And I apologize if you hear a lot of noise in the background. It is an extremely windy day here. It's 10 degrees and dropping. They've already canceled school for tomorrow, so kids will be happy. I unfortunately have to work anyway, but so there we go. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to hold it up to the camera a little bit better for you. There's just a very subtle shading there that makes it look like there's some milk in the glass. So moving on to the card, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this sheet of paper down to the card front. I really liked the banner pattern. Thought it was fun for Valentine's Day. And again, this card, as well as all the cards I'm making for this video series, will be going to the Cards for the Heart card drive with Winter Sims. I'll put the link in the description bar below. These cards will be going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And if you have a chance to make any extra Valentine cards this month, she's collecting cards all through the month of January, the 1st through the 31st. For that card drive, and it's a great cause, so I highly encourage you to participate if you can. And there's just a little bit of an overhang from the white cardstock, so I'm just going to trim that off with my paper trimmer. Alright, now I've got this paper doily. Carefully add some tape runner to the back of that. That wind is really howling. I don't know if you can hear it, but man, does it sound like you don't want to be out there. Just gonna rub some of that adhesive that went through the doily down. I'm gonna place that So right about there. And I can go ahead and push the rest of that adhesive out of sight. Okay, I have a strip that comes from the back of that pattern paper that I'm just going to go ahead and adhere down to the top of the card. I'll line that up over here. Go ahead and press that into place. And I punched that out with the Fisker's Scallop Sentiment Punch. And go ahead and flip that over and trim off the excess. Now we're going to start placing some of our elements. Just take a couple of these. For the straw, I went ahead and stamped, first of all I stamped the straw in some Angel Pink Memento ink, and then I went ahead and stamped the top of the bottle on there so that I could line that up and get an exact placement and make it look like a cohesive part of the card. I'll go ahead and find that spot so that it's exactly right. Just tuck that in under the side of the milk bottle. And I've got the Oreos stamped out and colored with my Spectrum Noir markers. I did that in EB8 and EB7. We're going to add those somewhere down here. Okay, and last but not least, I have a little strawberry. I colored that in DR1, DR3, DR5, and DR7, and then the stem in DG2 and 3, just to give some nice shading to that little strawberry and add a little pop of brighter color onto the card. I might have to move that one over just a little bit. Alright, that's how that's looking so far. And now I'm going to take a little bit of stone twine from the Twinery. It's a gray and white stripe. I'm going to take a little bit and tie that around the top of our card. Now if this were just a regular card for anyone else, I might add a little button or a rhinestone there. But because it's going to St. Jude's, you want to make sure not to add anything to your card that could become a choking hazard. So we're just going to leave that plain. The last thing I'm going to do is take my corner chomper and I'm going to use the 1/2 inch setting. And I'm just going to round the bottom 2 corners of the card. I'm so sorry that I didn't realize that I never zoomed out after coloring the milk jug. I hope you guys were able to get some idea of what I was doing there. I feel so bad. But anyway, I did just notice that it looks like there's a gap right there because of the straw. So what I'm going to do is take the Memento marker and I'm just going to go ahead and finish off that line so that it looks all connected. So it looks like the straw is immersed in that bottle. And that's our card for today. Again, I apologize so much for the zooming issue. I will pay more attention next time. But thanks so much for watching and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.